All right, hello everybody. We are back once again. We are back once again with Frosthaven, our playthrough. So last time we beat those automatons in the Temple of Liberation. We were able to actually get that completed. That was good. That was a relief. And then we went back to town and we realized that Deathwalker is extremely close to level up because she needs 100 gold. She has 73, and if I sold everything she had, she would be only like 1 or 2 gold short of her 100. So one more scenario should do it, and we can retire her, and we're going to add in a new character. So I'm really excited to do that today. And then, are we building the wall yet? We didn't have enough iron. We need more iron. It's nearly the last week of summer. So let's jump up to our world map here and take a look. Take a look at, I think we're going to do my private empire. So where is that one? Here we go. My private empire. So this one's an interesting one, and you're going to see why. But we're going to do this just to get the gold that we need. And because in this one, you can actually complete a single room. Once you're done with a room, you can choose to leave, and the scenario would be considered complete. But you can continue to come back, and you can complete more and more rooms. So you could do 1 room, say I'm done. You can do 2, say you're done. I think there's either 4 or 5 different like stages in this one, and it's a very big endurance battle to get all the way to the end and win it. So sometimes you might think, all right, I'm going to play through this one. I'm going to win it this time. But then you get to like the 3rd, 4th stage and realize you don't have enough cards. So you just go ahead and quit out. You know, you get to keep everything you did. The scenario is considered complete. You get the rewards for it, so forth and so on. Now, the only bad thing is that, you know, this does take a week up. So, you know, you are going to go back to Frosthaven, and another week's going to advance, and things can happen. You know, you have to do outpost phases and different things. So that's kind of the risk of it. But we're going to do that one because what else? We had the pylon thing we can do, and then, of course, the Snowscorn Peak. But I'm going to do my private empire because I want to do this quickly so we can retire and maybe get to play a scenario with our new character. So we're going to go with my private empire here. Oops, I hit the wrong button. My private empire, start. But also we need the weeks to advance anyway because that's how we're going to get our drifter to retire. And then I already have an idea for who I'm going to trade him out for too once that happens. Let's see, you're hiking along bank of small creek. Collar dries your eye. Blood in the snow. You're close to the scene. Blood red pools soaking in the snow and mud. You're no stranger to the aftermath of a hunt. Doesn't look like someone took down game from the amount of blood disturbed. You're pretty sure this was a fight. Follow the trail to the left. Okay, let's see. The blood trails off the scene into a nearby copse of trees. Following it, you discover the trail splits forks in the path. The blood trail continues to the left. Though, judging by broken twigs and footprints, something else ran to the right. Let's follow the bloody trail to the left.
As you follow the trail of blood, an arrow buries itself in a tree by your head.
Oh, hello. Thought you were them.
A young Inox in a blood-stained blue cloak sits against a nearby rock, nursing some heavy wounds.
A load of undead got the drop on me. I was just about to go.
So if we give him something, he'll let us help. New road event unlocked. Alright, we have to get one of our recovery items. Considering what we're about to do, it'd be okay to lose our stamina potion. So how do I... Or wait, no, I can't even use a stamina potion. It has to be this one. Interesting. Well, okay. I'm assuming I gave it to him. Okay. Battle goals. We need a real short, easy battle goal. Next to walls. Maybe. I don't know. Kill 1 or more elite enemies. Lose the cards and get 2 or less damage. Never kill an enemy. Kill an enemy and loot it in the same round. Collect fewer loot bags. I kind of want to be greedy here and go for both the 2 perk marks, because my plan is probably just to do the 1 room. I kind of want to do more than that, But we'll see, because if I take this one, that's going to be really hard if I do more than one room. If I just do the first room, this won't be that hard to do. Neither will this one. We'll see. We'll see.
The peculiar invitation was too interesting. At the apron of the white... But...
So basically, you're invited with a strange letter to this guy's like mansion out in the middle of nowhere. And we always called it the game show when we played it on the board game version, because it kind of sounds like he like makes an announcement about things that are going on, like, hey, let my butlers take your cloaks or whatever, and his butlers are skeletons that you have to fight off. And every room has something like that going on. You have to get through, like I said, all the rooms to actually finish the scenario truly, but you can also complete it and quit out after every single room is cleared and just go away with a certain amount of rewards. And I think it's like you get, I think it's like herbs or resources, and you get like 1 for doing 1 room, you get 2 for doing 2 rooms, so forth and so on. So this is a good place to come and farm for money, XP, resources. Just repeatedly come back here. So yeah, each episode is overcome when all revealed enemies are dead. The quest may be optionally completed at the end of the same round when one of the 5 episodes is overcome. If the quest is abandoned or lost, the party returns to Frosthaven. The quest cannot be instantly replayed. Interesting. If the quest is not completed by overcoming all 5 episodes, it is not marked as completed and will give rewards again if replayed. This, I don't think, was part of the board game version. I don't remember for sure. But if you lose, it does not let you replay. You have to go back to Frosthaven before you can come back. That's interesting. Okay, well, she has to not kill things, but she can move and open. We got to step on this to actually open the, start the battle. I like this mansion. This looks cool. So there's 1, there's 2, 3, and I think 4. Yeah, 4 rooms. But I feel like one of these has 2 stages in it. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the 4 stages. Alright, so let's go ahead and have her get our shadows out there with Eclipse. And actually, I'm going to have her go early. I'm just going to use Anger of the Dead to move 2. And then we'll get Eclipse going to get our shadows out there. He has to stay by walls. So hopefully a skeleton is nearby when it spawns in. Or at least somewhere where I can stop next to a wall. Although, I mean, I should just go ahead and get Crushing Weight active. Yeah, and then actually I am going to pick Bloodletting because I think one might spawn next to me. I am not sure. We're going to find out. If it does, I'll be able to attack it right away. Alright, here we go. Deathwalker will move on to this thing. Cool, one did spawn next to me.
From the courtyard rings out from the brass tubes arranged at
Yeah,
each
allow my servants to take your coats. No thank you, I'll keep my coat. Good, they went late too. So let's, she's gonna get walloped probably. Let's put 2 shadows there. We'll put 1 over here. We gotta remember not to kill anything with her. Okay, so good news is I can go ahead and activate Crushing Weight and then immediately be able to use it on this guy with my attack 1, which is now an attack 3 plus wound. So we only did 1 damage because of his shield, but he's wounded. What are they doing? They're not moving. Haha, nice. So only Drifter's going to take a hit here. Big hit, but he's got a lot of shields, so we're fine. Okay. Now let's finish this guy off with... Where is it? Oh, Fortitude would work. Oh, I used it was Bloodletting top. Okay. We'll use Fortitude, and then we need to stay next to a wall when we move. We'll use Shockwave, and then Fortitude. And with her, we have to not kill these enemies. So, you know, just use like little attack 2s Or even attack 1. Because attack 3 times 2 kills them. So, honestly, I don't want her to do anything. She's just going to let Drifter kill these guys. There's only 3 of them. Yeah, let's have her move. He's going at 17. Let's have her go after him, because she can go grab this loot. 1, 2, 3. So, where's Call of Doom? Okay. Alright, hopefully we finish this guy off with this. Oh yeah, times 2. He's gone. Okay, and then we can move this. Should be considered adjacent to a wall. Actually, let's just be safe and make sure it is. There, definitely next to the wall. Got our extra shield going on. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and use this to hurt this guy. Alright, Drifter. Go get some money. Actually, hey, hang on. Oh, well. Okay, I was going to use the attack 1, but then I won't be able to get there to get the money. Of course, we could do that on a different turn, so... It does attack all adjacents. It's only attack 1, we'd muddle them. Let's go ahead and do it. Because there's no way this kills any of them, even with a +2 or a ×2. Yeah, poison, might as well. Consume the dark to muddle them. Hey. Why can't I use my advantage? I have to select one to use it on. Use it on him. And poison dagger. Okay, that's why. You had to... Okay, cool. So, no damage there, but he's poisoned and muddled. And then over here, no damage, but he's muddled. He didn't kill anything. Okay. And we get far enough away, the guys won't be able to attack her. Oh yeah, I forgot I got my slippers. Loot. Good, 3 gold. There we go. We got the gold she needed. No damage. And 2 damage. Okay, these guys, let's wipe them out. Vile Assault, why not? And we'll activate the retaliate thing. Sure. Okay, and then she's going to need to go get the loot that drops from these guys when they die. So let's just... trying to see if I can eke out an experience point, but... I mean, I could use the bottom of this. It gives me an experience point to move 3. Sure, why not? Oh, wait. But she needs to go after Drifter. Okay, there we go. Alright, Drifter. They're both poisoned? No, this one's not poisoned. So attack him with the one that poisons. Didn't quite finish him off. Attack him with the one that wounds. This will probably finish him off. Yep. And then we activate Retaliate, and when he attacks, he will die. So I won't be able to get the loot bag from him. Confirm movement. Skip the second part. 3 more gold. Sweet. dies right here from Retaliate. Conclude the quest. We got what we came for. I literally came here just to get her some gold. She got 6. We should be able to sell everything. Hopefully it doesn't make me play another scenario after I sell the things before I can retire her, but we're going to find out. Pretty sure in the board game version that the buying and selling and all of that stages came before the retirement stage, meaning you could do that. So let's see if it honors that in this one. Oh, and she leveled up. So she should have 79 gold now. Plus, we both got 2 perk points out of that.
You flee the room.
I see that your feet are tired. A pity. Still, I implore you. Oh, and as a thanks for attending.
A stone door swivels.
See, then we get what? We get any one material for doing 1 room. And that goes up the more rooms you do. So what did we need? We needed a metal. Oh, the visiting trader is back. No one's coming to look for these. Doesn't elaborate. Okay. So we could use some money to buy resources, but we can't because he only has 6. I'm not using hers. So I don't think I want any of this right now. No. Sorry, buddy.
It's almost time to head out on your next mission, but you have a few minutes to kill. You decide to stop by the crater, the burned-out drinking spot where a tavern used to be, hoping to find a drink. Instead, you find Zane, your sometimes friend, and always trouble.
Place your bets, ladies, gentlemen, and savas. Get the latest odds right here. Will Frosthaven's favorite mercenaries return triumphantly, or will they succumb to the treacherous...
Oh, they're betting on us whether we would come back or not.
Zane turns to collect
resources are gold.
Behind him and notices you.
What if I don't wanna? Does it give me an option not to? Well, wait, I think I can just not do it. Yeah. So we'll just say gold, and then we'll say never mind.
I guess you could bet on yourself.
Okay. So yeah, we do have a level up with her. I guess we'll go ahead and do that just so we can see it before we retire her. So at level 4, we end up with Fleeting Dusk or Pulled Across. So Fleeting Dusk is attack 3 on all adjacent enemies and wound. And then perform the attacks as if you were occupying a hex with a shadow. So it's kind of an upgrade to our attack 1 card, but this one of course burns though when you do it. But it does wound. And then it doesn't consume the shadow. And then this one is place 1 shadow in an adjacent hex. So this is another way, if you're having trouble creating shadows, this is a way to do it easily. Because you just get to put 1 down. And Pulled Across is Doom. It's Doom, right? I think that's what that's called. Doom. Or Bane. Bane. I think it was called Bane. But the status it gives is Doom or something like that. So target 1 normal enemy or elite enemy occupying a hex with a shadow. So what this does is at the end of a character's turn, if they're inflicted with this status, they take 10 damage. They suffer 10 damage. So this is really good for taking out some of those tougher enemies, just boom, insta-killing them with, 10 damage, or at least getting them down to very low health. But they do have to be occupying the shadow to do it. And if they get healed before the end of their turn, this does go away. So you have to be strategic. You have to be careful about when you use it. Make sure you're not going to burn this card when they're about to heal themselves and get rid of it. And the bottom is move 2, go invisible, and create dark. Honestly, attack 3 and wound on several enemies, or just outright get rid of 1 enemy. And I'm not really having too much of an issue keeping a lot of shadows out there generally. I think I would go with this one. And that move to invisible will come in handy. I mean, I'm not going to end up using it because we're going to retire her, but if I had to pick between the two, I think I'd go with Pull Across just because I like being able to bane things. So we take that one. And then for our perk, let's see, we got 1 perk point. We were just taking out our negatives, so that's probably what we continue to do. And that would be her level up. And then what did he get? He got a perk. Okay, so we're still going to be using him. So again, we can take out -1, add in a +1. We do have Puncture for rolling Pierce. We have this one to gain abilities back. We have still got expanded arsenal. We are going to retire him soon, though. I think I'm just going to do the swap a negative for a positive again. So we're going to have a lot of +1s in there, which is good. Okay, so to the outpost, actually, actually, before I get too far, let me go here and donate that last metal that we needed to donate. Build our wall. Under construction, right? Alright, cool. So we're going to wall upgrade right before winter hits. That's good. Let's see. So let's see if we can retire her by selling her stuff. I hope this works. Otherwise, I'm going to have no stuff. And still, well, I can just go back and do the game show again. Do my Silent Empire one more time. Private Empire. Okay, so if we sell the armor, what do we got to do? Double click to sell it. 86. Sell the dagger. 93. Sell the potion. 97. We do have to sell everything. We just barely had enough. That's 100 gold. Wait, no. I just remembered, because of leveling up, she has to get more gold. It's not 100, it's 120, and since I just leveled up, it's probably even more. Shoot, no, we're not doing that. Hang on. Let's see, this one. Why are there two at the same time? That was the end of that match. This was right after it was over, probably. Hang on. We want to retire her today. That is the plan. We are going to make sure that happens. Okay, so here we are again here. We want the medal. I forgot. She needs 120 because she's a higher level.
It's almost time to head out on...
Okay. So will it let me not level her up? I hope it does. Because if we go and look at her personal quest, yeah, it's 120 gold now. And if I level up, it probably goes up to 130. So I think, okay, let's go ahead and take the perk. And then we got to get his perk. Let me see if it lets me not level up. I don't know if it will. I might have to do it anyway. So this might take longer than I thought, unfortunately. But I really got to go after money with her and loot. So let's see. We need to still build our wall here. Donate one more metal. Build. Okay, there's nothing else that we need to do unless... I mean, we can see if we have any alchemy. Did we get any new... No. Okay. Alright, so... Yeah, can't retire her. Hey, G-Money, what's up? It's going good. It's going good. Trying to get Deathwalker retired, and I just realized her goal requires her to have 20 more gold than I thought because she's leveled up. I think it's going to make me do this level up before it's going to let me continue, but let's see. Okay. How much gold is in this scenario? Only 8. Private Empire has quite a bit of gold that can be found in it. Snowscorn Peak has 6 gold, treasure chest, and item. There's 11 gold in this one. 10, 6, and... Okay. We'll go back to my Private Empire again, but this time we'll go further in and we'll try to get all of this loot before we before we quit out of it this time. It is going to let me go without leveling her up. Good. So we can sell enough to get 22 gold, I think. So we're going to take a few cuttings but allow the rest of it to grow so we can get this again later and get a lot more. Or actually, I think if you take it all, it just doesn't grow back. But if you do, you just take the cutting, you can continue to harvest every time it pops up. Okay, kill one or more enemies of each type. Yes. Kill an enemy that has 2 or more negative conditions. Never collect end of loot bag. Kill the last enemy to die. Let's kill the last enemy to die. Okay, so back here again. And this time, I'll say, okay, so there's 10 gold, which that should equate to, that should be like 10, like, tokens or whatever of gold that are worth 3. We're at level 2, so I think worth 3 or 4. I can't remember. I mean, we picked up 2 last time. And we were at 773. So yeah, they should be worth 3 gold each. There should be, I think, 30 gold that can be harvested off this map. That can be farmed off of it. And we need 20. Just like 19 or something like that. Okay. So let's do this again. We'll leave him like we did. We'll just follow pretty much the same plan. Except this time I'll actually be able to go ahead and attack with her. So let's see. I think we did that for movement, and then Eclipse to get the shadows out there. We'll have Drifter, Bloodletting, Crushing Weight. Okay. Move 2. Spawn the enemies. Okay, and then we'll put Shadow, Shadow, Shadow. This is interesting. So it gave her, it's considering her level 4 because it did give her the extra health for the level, but I didn't pick the card. So I don't know if my retirement goal is going to update on me when I go back or not. Interesting. So I may have just not picked the card, just kind of should have anyway. We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid watching the reviews for Final Fantasy Tactics. I kind of want to just jump in and play it for myself for a little while before I see other people's opinions and stuff. So I haven't been watching any of the reviews lately. And I may not until I'm like ready to do my own. Usually I don't watch other reviews before I do a review because I feel like it can kind of affect your thinking, you know, you can hear. But at the same time, sometimes they can point out things that you might have missed and be like, oh yeah, that is a good point. And then you can bring it up in the review because you realize how it affects things. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up playing for a little while, and then before I do a review, I probably will kind of form my own opinion and then check the other reviews and see what they're saying. And see where I agree or disagree. I may end up doing it like that. I've done that before, and that seems to help kind of collect all my thoughts together. Their opinions are no consequence. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, too. There's going to be plenty of people that just love the game. They love the original. They're going to love this one. They don't really care about the opinions. Then you got the picky people. Let's see. So, what, did these guys not move? Good. Alright, so we're going to use Deepening Despair because we can definitely attack one of them with that. And then we'll use this to place a shadow. Okay. And we'll use Shockwave to move up. And Vile, nope, not Vile Salt. Fortitude. Okay. Am I gonna stream it? Probably. I'm still deciding how exactly I want to do it. So I may want to play a while first to kind of get a handle on the mechanics and things before I stream, so that my stream is not disjointed with me still trying to figure things out. But at the same time, some people kind of enjoy that, watching someone, you know, like your first time playing the game and kind of learning as you go. So I haven't really decided, and I may actually just have my own playthrough separate from a stream and then just stream at the same time. So like I'll stream once or twice a week of it for an hour or two, and then on the side I'll just be continuing to play it on my own. So I'm still kind of getting the best of both worlds in a way. And I still want to finish my Frosthaven though, because I'm really enjoying this. So, and I know there's some people out there that are really enjoying this playthrough too. So this one will remain, but it probably won't be every day. I'll probably go to, like, I'll probably move Frosthaven down to once a week, and then do Final Fantasy Tactics, like, maybe once or twice a week. It just really depends on my schedule and stuff, and what I've got going on, if I've got time. Because I'm going to try to be making, you know, content on the side as well, regular, you know, long form videos, which consumes a lot of time. So it's just going to depend on what's going on. But I'm going to do my best to try and have something out, you know, every week if I can. Let's see. Do I want to use my stamina potion? Yes, I do. Yeah, I played Tactics Ogre Reborn. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's another I did a lot of videos on that one, and that's done really well for me. A lot of people liked those. But I did a lot of guide videos. I did a lot of interesting... I experimented with a lot of different content with that when that was out too, and I think it really helped. Yeah, the one thing I will say that I prefer a smaller, like, group size. Like, if you're playing a tactics game, I prefer, like, your group of 4. It's more tactical to me. It's more easy to kind of control and understand what's going on. Like, Tactics Ogre Reborn, it was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of different, you know, build variety you can do based on which classes you're, you know, having on the field at the same time, all these different things. But the party was so big, because the idea was you were like an army, right? So you're supposed to have lots of units. But sometimes when you do those big things like that with lots of units, you kind of lose the personality of the game into just like, oh, I'm an army, not like I'm this small group of adventurers or something. Like, it can kind of take the stakes out sometimes. I mean, you still had the main character and the main story, which had, you know, the great stakes and stuff in it. So it was still good. I'm not saying the story was bad or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to... what do I want to use here? Probably this one, so I can regain an active bonus, because I need to do that before I run out. But yeah, I think with a smaller, tighter-knit group, story-wise, it's a little easier to kind of care about your individual characters on the map. And then also, definitely easier from a tactical standpoint, because that ended up being like, oh, I'd have like this group of 3 or 4 over here, and they're doing their thing, and they're doing their thing. And that's cool and fun and all, but man, do the battles take forever, because there's so many units to go through. That's the other advantage of smaller groups, is in smaller maps, your battles don't take forever. And I mean, I say that while I'm playing a game that takes forever, so forgive me for the hypocrisy, but this is a little different, because this is a card-based, like, you know, digital board game, so it's definitely going to take longer. Let's see. Black Barrage, yes. Or Deadbolt. Either one. Let's do Deadbolt. And then, actually, we need to get... Where did I put it? I need to get, why am I can't remember the name of the card. Call of the Abyss. Duh. I need to get the top of that active. So let's actually do that, and then we'll move to go pick up that loot. Okay. You'll get more attached to your Final Fantasy characters. Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to as well. Plus, I mean, I know with Final Fantasy Tactics, there's a lot more build. Like, Tactics Ogre Reborn didn't have, like, I mean, you had some choices on what you equipped your characters with as far as their skills and stuff, but, you know, there wasn't the multi-classing. There wasn't the, like, making your own class out of another, 2 different classes and all that. So I can see definitely getting a lot more attached to the characters that you spend a lot of time developing and, you know, making awesome. Some of the job skills take a bit to grind for. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of to be expected usually, especially in an older game, you know, like a remake. I mean, unless they do some changes in the background. Sometimes when they do these remakes, they make them a little friendlier to modern audiences by taking some of the heavy grind out. I know some people enjoy the grind, some people don't. But a lot of times they do leave that the same. So, oh, did I just skip that? I'm too busy talking, I messed up. That's fine. But yeah, I think sometimes they leave that in, and you know, it makes it worth it. You grind something out and it's like, all right, yeah, I got it, you know, rather than it just being handed to me. I definitely don't want it to be handed to me. There needs to be a happy medium behind a heavy grind and, you know, a rewarding grind. All right, please be money. And we'll activate this. Loot found. Money. Good. Yeah, it's 3 gold because that's 1 money, essentially. Okay. Alright, let's finish this guy off. And then I don't know if it's going to let me move and open the door or not. What am I going to use? I'll probably just use... I'll use this because I can get a bonus use of something back, and then we'll just move into the door with the bottom of something. We'll probably just use prudent preparation because I want to go early. Alright, and then for her, it'll be time to move shadows, but we need to go later to do it. So we'll probably use that and teleport, and then... Well, no, that's a bottom. Hang on. We'll have to use... Move all up to 2. That's probably what we want to do. And then on the top, we're not going to really have anything going on right now. I mean, Fluid Knight, maybe we might get a chance to use it. Okay. Okay, let's... He healed and shielded, so we may not get him. Ah, we got the +1, we got him. Good. Okay, yeah, it's not going to let me move through the door. We can heal at range 2. We don't really need anyone to heal, though. We do want to get this back. I don't want to get loot with him, so actually I'm going to skip his turn. Just skip his move. This game is masterclass in balance concept. Yeah. Yeah, about Final Fantasy Tactics. That's cool. That'd be nice if it's a good balance between the two. Okay, so moving this was kind of a waste too. All of this was really a waste because I can't actually... Darn. I mean, I might as well move the shadows at least, because I can move this one, get it closer. Move this one. Skip the rest. Skip the attack. So yeah, you have to wait till the end. Do you want to conclude the quest? No. You need to keep going this time.
Previously locked door in front of you opens under...
Okay, there should be a ton of... Well, that's right. You got to open the doors first and a bunch of freaking ruined machines. I think there's a full set of 10 of them. Okay. Well, with 2 players, it may not be a full set of 10. Okay, now I need a ton of movement. I don't have it. So we're just going to... move us in there as far as we can, I suppose. There's my move. I was looking for that. Move all 3 hexes. Let's do that one to get some shadows into that room. And then the top is just going to be nothing. Alright, so we're going to move. Use our boots because we're about to rest anyway. Get up in this room. And then use... Get 2 uses of this back. So it's back and fully charged. Alright, that was a good prep turn. And then we'll move all of our shadows up to 3. So we'll move this one over here. Now we're talking. Now we're getting them in the room. Move that one up there. Move there, and last one, probably underneath where our drifter is. There we go. Now, our last turn will just be getting close to this. We'll be able to rest before we actually fight this next room. So, he doesn't need health. We'll just do a move 2. I might want to activate one of my active bonuses, though. Might not be a bad idea. Ooh, we can use this to get a charge. Although, I don't think we need a charge. Oh, we do need a charge back. Cool. Now it's fully restocked. Okay, and we can move 2 and move all shadows 1, or we could teleport. I need her to collect this money, but let's just... So, well, okay, yeah, this move gets us closer to the money. And then we can move all our shadows 1 more hex. Which actually, we want to leave 1 there because enemies come out of... Well, that's okay. We'll actually move... Yeah. Move one of the ones behind up there. So we'll do that. Get this one moving. Really hope I get all the gold I need from just 2 rooms. I don't have to go to the 3rd one. My whole plan today is to get her retired and get the new character in here. I can't quit until I've done at least that. I wanted to be able to play with them in Scenario 2, but we may not get that far since there was a little bit more going on than I thought there was. Oh, hey, I forgot about my slippers. I can loot that right now. Yes, 3 more gold. That puts her at 6. We need like 20, like 19, I think. So let me think about it. 6 times 3 is 18. What am I trying to think here? 6. So we need 6 loot bags, 7 loot bags. But they all have to be gold, and they're not all going to be gold. We're going to run into something else eventually. Okay, let's long rest here. And long rest, and we'll get ready for this big event that's about to happen. What do I normally get rid of early here? Prudent, no. Draining arrows is a good one, though. Continuous health. Depends if I plan on using sustained momentum or not. And some of these other ones, I don't know. Let's do draining arrows, I guess. I like it because of the bottom of that one, but yeah. Okay, don't have any persistence to get back this time. So we're going to get rid of usually Anger of the Dead. And then we get to move. I think it's 1 shadow up to 3. So let's move this one up here because we'll have enemies coming from this direction, from this door. Okie dokie. Now we're ready to go. And I will not... Actually, I think there might be an enemy that spawns in nearby. So if I use dual bow, I might be able to hit things. So we'll do that, and then we'll use Shockwave just so we can move up and heal. Although, activating the top of that would actually be probably really good for what's about to happen. So let's not do that. Let's just use... Okay, we'll just use... I just need something for the movement. We're not going to be using sustained momentum yet because, honestly, everything comes to us. We'll kind of get trapped in here anyway, so there's no point. So we'll just use the bottom of that for a basic move. Okay, and then her, I would like her to move too, and then have some shadow attacks prepped. I can probably get the guy that shows up... Well, he won't be on the door unless we wait till later. Because it'd be nice to use something where I don't have to consume a shadow. So let's do Deepening Despair, but we're going to use the Call of Doom to move to get that loot, and then Deepening Despair, and then we'll see. It depends if we're going late enough. It's probably not late enough, honestly. We could use Deadbolt instead of Deepening Despair. So we'll use Deadbolt. There, let's go with that and see if we go late enough. Because I need the guys that are in this room to get where I can have line of sight from this spot. And if they're on the door, I should have line of sight. And I have range 4 with this, so we'll see. See if that works. Alright, Drifter. Let them loose. Oh boy, okay, so this is like the dance or whatever. Okay, yeah, with 2 players, or 2 characters, there's only 4 of them? 5, okay. Still, that's not bad, that's manageable. Okay, so, the bad thing is, though, is that no one was... I thought these guys that spawned in were closer, and they're not, so still can't hit anybody. Great. And actually, that puts her in a bad spot, because she'll actually get targeted by that one by the door. And he can get to her, yeah. It's only an attack 2, so... With our armor, made it only 1. Alright, well that changes things a little bit. Plus this guy is a flippin' elite. They're all elites, aren't they? Ah, okay. There's only 5 of them, but they're all elite. Alright, well, I still want this loot, regardless. Although I suppose I can wait. Actually, no, I can be adjacent to it because I have my slippers. So we'll move here. And then we can still... We'll use this attack on this guy. And go ahead and use advantage on it, sure. Let's mark him. Oh, good thing I used advantage. And then we'll use our slippers, pick up this loot. 6 gold. Nice! That was a 2 gold pile. So what's that put us at? 12? Good. Hopefully we get it with this room. We don't have to go any farther. Okay, round 9. We gotta smack these guys. Let's see. So this is why I was talking about activating this, because there's splash damage involved. And once these guys like kind of surround me, I could be doing a lot of splash damage. However, I also need to just take these guys out. And having shield would be nice, but they do the explode thing that goes through shields. Retaliate could be good. You know what? We're gonna do prudent preparation, and we're gonna activate our retaliate. That's what we're gonna do. Let them come to us, take a bunch of damage on us. Hopefully they don't do the explodey thing. If they do, I'm gonna die. And then we'll figure out what we want to do after that. For her, if we, let's see, he's marked. We need to finish him off, but he's not next to any shadows, which makes that difficult. Suppose we could use Black Barrage on him. And then I really want to attack these guys to weaken them before they get to him. Do I plan on going any further? Do I have something where I can create a shadow? No. But I could use... If I use the bottom of Black Barrage, move some of my shadows around. Hang on. 1, 2... There's 2 there, there's 1 there. Okay, this is a good opportunity to use Wave of Anguish. Black Barrage, Wave of Anguish, because then I can attack 3 from every shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with her. And they are not doing the explodey thing, so that's good. That means this is a good plan, because I will have a shield and a retaliate, and then if we activate the bottom of this, we're going to have an additional retaliate 2 at range 2. So that's retaliate 3, and we should get attacked by, they got move 3, so this guy, it should be all of them. It should be all 4 of these guys. So we're going to do like 12 damage by just standing here. Okay, move all 2. So we'll move this one back here so it's next to this guy to hit him. And then we'll move... Actually, I can only attack once from it. So actually, I was thinking I could move and get another, but I can't. But that's fine. At least leave that one there. The rest of them are where they need to be. I only needed to move the 1, because now I can do attack, attack, attack. Okay, so skip the rest of them. Wave of Anguish time. Do I... No, I pick 1 at a time? 1 at a time? Okay. So we can attack him for 3. Got him for 3. And then I'll probably actually attack the same guy twice with these. So we'll poison him. Yeah, I'm going to move my mark because it makes more sense to make a new shadow up here than it does to make it back here. So there's 4. He's poisoned. And then we'll use the shadow that he's sitting on to attack him again. Oh, he's I forgot they're immune to poison. They're machines. Oh, well. Now the retaliate will definitely kill him, though. So. Last one. We attack this guy. Not gonna mark him. We'll leave that one marked. +1. Cool. Alright. Deathwalker's turn is done. Alright, we can use our shield for just 1 shield there. Give him his retaliate. He's going to attack for 2, 3. We're just going to have to take that damage. He suffers 1, then he attacks. He's going to suffer 3. And he's going to die from this attack when he does it. And he doesn't even do damage to me. Nice. Cool. Oh, he was the marked one, wasn't he? And he didn't... Oh, no, it is letting me use the shadow. Okay. Yep, plop the shadow down. Then the last guy, he's going to go down to 1 health. After doing no damage. Cool, that worked out. That was actually really... I mean, I'm still full health, and these guys took a bunch of damage, so perfect. Ooh, I do have bloodletting for a bottom. So I could use top of Shockwave. I'm burning here. But, you know, I hopefully I don't have to go into the next room. Because, I mean, these guys would suffer, you know, 2 damage. I don't know if it's worth it now, though. Because I could use, you know, I could use Bloodlighting. It would kill this guy. Each of these guys would suffer 2. Right? It just really depends. Like, if I'm not planning on going in the next room, then that's fine. But if I plan on going in the next room, that's going to really shorten my turns. I'm going to do it, because it sounds like fun. I haven't used the top of this card yet. I'm going to do it, and then we'll use, like I said, Bloodlings, bottom. Okay, and for her, she needs the... Ooh, yeah, we could teleport and loot. Well, we can't loot first. We'd have to... Okay. What do we have where we could attack this guy? Probably just... It's just going to have to be a basic attack. Hopefully it kills him. We'll teleport away. Okay, they're moving 3, attacking for 1. So we'll just use basic attack here, and hopefully we'll get him with that. I'm not going to mark him. Got him. Sweet. So now we can loot 1. Please be money. Nope, that's an Aerovine. Okay, and then we can teleport, which I forgot. I needed these guys. She needed to go after Drifter, so I could have teleported in the middle. But it's okay. We'll go here. So we got her to catch up. And now Drifter will activate this. I guess this is another active bonus, so I'm doing okay. I have 3 active bonuses. And that's probably where I'm going to have to stop using active bonuses. But so we'll take this guy out, hopefully. Yep. And then everybody else is going to take shockwave damage. Oh, it's only 1 enemy, not all of them? Oh. Okay. That's not as good as I thought it was then. Still good, just not as good. Oh no, we got a +2. Well, he's going to die from Retaliate. Oh, no, not quite. And yeah, this is the bad thing. He got to attack her. She's doing okay, though. She's fine. Okay, so... Actually, we'll use Chunk of Flesh to kill something so we can get some heals. And then for her, it's time to go ahead and use Fluid Knight. She needs to get 1 kill of every enemy that appears. So it looks like she's... Yeah, we got a skeleton, so she needs to get one of these guys. So... Attack 5. I kind of want to just do the guy that's got 1 to make sure she gets it. Let's do that. And yes, we do want to mark him, because we're going to consume a shadow here. Okay, we would have got this guy too, but I want to make sure we got him. So we can get her battle goal. Although I don't know why I'm worried about her battle goal if I'm trying to retire her. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, there it is. And then, yeah, we'll put the new shadow this direction just in case we do need to go in that last room. And then we can move a shadow up to 5. So that would be this one farthest away. Or should I just forget about the one farthest away? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just move this one. I'm not going to worry about the one that's farther away. As long as we've got 3 or 4 shadows to work with, we're good. We don't need all 5 of them. And we can always make a new shadow and just get rid of this one. Alright, Drifter. Finish the job. Good. Got him. Okay, and then select heal. Oh, it's only range 1, so I can't use it on her. Darn. I was hoping I would use it on her. Forgot the range, though. Okay, yeah, let's get a charge of Relentless back, since it's almost gone. And then we'll just move 2, 3. Crap, I have to open the last door because she can't go yet to see what all is in these loot bags. So we have to go in the next room. Here we go then.
The far door swings.
Here we go. Hopefully we can finish this room. And we'll move in with whatever we got left here. And for her, she actually needs to rest. Okay, so we'll just move to heal 2, get us back up to full health. And then we can regain use of an ability here. Skip the attack part. Let's get another Relentless back. I think that's going to come in handy. Alright, and then Deathwalker. Do our long rest. Let's get rid of... I don't want to get rid of our teleport, really. It's hard to justify getting rid of any of these at this point, though. If I had to choose, I'd probably say Call of Doom. The movement's good, but the teleport one is better. Okay, we get to move a Shadow 3, so let's move the one that we're standing on. Actually, no. Well, it's too late. I already picked it. Okay. I was going to say it would have been better to move one of these up so that's in range to maybe do something. Okay, we can use our slippers to go ahead and pick up this loot. Please be gold. Nope. Oh, we got an item, though. Tranquil shoes. Cool. Which we can sell. So it is gold. Just don't know how much they're worth. They're probably worth more because they're a, you know, like an unlockable item, one you have to find. Okay, now I have to long rest him. But that's okay, because it gives me a chance to move up some shadows. So, where's my move in move shadows? Do I still have that one? No. Because I want to go ahead and move 2. But let's go ahead and we need to move the shadows up. So let's do that first. And then we're going to save the teleport, which means our top is just going to be kind of wasted, unfortunately, of whatever we use. Well, maybe we won't save the teleport, because we don't necessarily need it to do damage up there. Let's do this one. That's fine. Okay, what? Oh, that's right. When you pick up an item in Frosthaven, it lets you immediately equip them and use them. So I'm getting to use the Tranquil Shoes right away, which is apparently heal 1 every time. If your initiative is 60 or higher and you're not performing a long rest, you heal 1. Huh, cool. But you know what's cooler than that? This is a 40 gold item, which means the sell price should be 20, which means we got all the gold that we need. Yeah, we got all the gold that we need. Unless it's concerning me level 4 now, and it's made it go up like 130. But we should still end up with the gold that we need. Anyway, that's cool. So we're good. We'll be able to retire her after this, I think. Which is the whole goal of this stream today. Alright, let's move shadows up to 3. And I just realized this is kind of a bad time to use this because as far as I can go is this door. And this one won't be able to go all the way up. Like a couple of them, I'm actually only going to be able to move 2. But, oh well. There isn't a treasure chest in any of these rooms, is there? No. Okay. Oh yeah, I still have a shadow back here somewhere. Now we're done with that turn. Okay. Drifter long rest. What are we going to lose? We're going to lose sustained momentum, probably. I'm probably not going to be activating that one at this point. As much as that kind of sucks, but yeah. It's one of my favorites to use most of the time, but in this one, actually, it might have been make sense to use it because there are going to be some ranged characters that pop up in here that are annoying. But, I mean, we've got range. We can deal with it. Okay. We gotta get to the thing first. That's a move 4. Do we even have a move 4? Probably not. No. If only I would have had her move. I could use the loot one and a teleport. Move. And then, like, move to shadow or something. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll use Vile Assault and move up there with that. And then whatever... We can regain the use of an ability. So let's... Yeah. Okay. At least we're not completely wasting it, because we're still going to get one of our active ability charges back. And here we just need to move to... We need to grab some loot. Nothing's going to be out there to attack yet. So really, she's going to end up resting before we get to use her again. Anyways, it doesn't matter what cards we pick, really. Let's go get these 2 loot bags. And then we'll skip the attack, because there's nothing to attack right now. 9 more gold. Sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're good here. Alright, and move 2 with the boots is 3. But there's really no point, because I'll be able to move 2 anyway. Undo. Just move 2. What's it doing? Oh, okay. There we go. Just had to reselect it. Alright, and then we'll get an active use back. Either Crushing Weight or Relentless. I'm going to go with Crushing Weight this time, since they're both back on the floor. Alright, now we're going to open things up. So I'll get Dual Bow ready in case I can hit anything with it. And... I mean, the bottom's not really... Yeah, it's just for move. Okay, now she doesn't have to move to get that since she has her slippers. It should still let me use my slippers, right? Still let slippers? Wait a minute. No, you do have to rest to get those back. Okay, so she will have to move. But we can do that on a different turn. Let's see if we can... We'll move a shadow 5. And we won't actually be teleporting yet because we want to get that loot. Okay. Move 2 onto the thing.
The bell chain retract.
What do we have to deal with? That's right. There are 2 scenarios in this room. Because there's this guy, because there's another one where there's like bolt shooters and like flaming spinner things. But there's a scenario before where it's just one of these guys. That's right. Well, when we played with 4 characters, it was like 2 or 3 of these guys, but... Bad news is, 1, 2, 3... Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, he's out of range for this, and this is actually only... Yeah, he's out of range. But he also isn't going to get to me either, because he only has range 3, so... Haha! Alright, so we can still finish this one room here, and then I think we've got the gold that we need at this point. So, let's get a shadow close to this guy, so we'll be able to hopefully attack him. Have her help out. Okay. Now, Fortitude gives me a Pierce 2. Fighting him in hand-to-hand is not the greatest idea, but... Actually, you know what? Let's go later. Because if he moves first and doesn't quite get to me, I'll be able to attack him without having to retaliate, or without him being able to attack me. For her, she's nap time. Move 2, so he can't get to me. But he's going after me, so it doesn't matter. What's the attack for? Attack 5. I don't care. I'm going for it. Leroy Jenkins this. Move 3, so I can move with my boots here. And then let's just attack him. Got Pierce on it. Plus 0, so we did 4 damage. Good, good. Plus he'll take damage from Retaliate when he attacks us. And he only pulled a -1, so it's only 3. It's not bad. Plus we have, or 4, but we have armor to make it only 1. Okay, perform long rest. Get rid of kind of out of options to get rid of things. We're going to go with Black Barrage, I guess. Okay, now... Oh, that's right. I get to move a shadow on my rest. Good. That means I can move this one to where it can actually be effective now. And then I rested, so my slippers are available to loot. Lumber. Meh. Okay, so what do we have gold-wise? Oh, okay. She's looted 21 gold so far. Which, we were at 79. So that puts us at 100. If we still need 120, I can sell these for 20. And then we still have the rest of our items, which equaled another... We should be good. Unless it went up to like 140 for the retirement goal. I don't think it... Does it tell me? Can I look at my retirement goal while I look at my cards? Doesn't look like I can look at it right now. Alright, hopefully we've gotten enough. And we'll be able to retire her. At this point, we're going to short rest. So we don't have to take a hit there. She can go ahead and use... Fluid Knight, probably. Yeah, and then we'll teleport. We're going to teleport in. Dual bow, that's fine. So, it's time for Vile Assault. Even though, let's see, that's attack 4. He's got those shields. Can he be wounded? He can't be poisoned, but he can be wounded. Or we could just go straight for damage again. Plus heal ourselves. Let's do that. Okay, he's doing the suffer damage and then hazardous trap damage. So, attack him for 5 with Pierce 2. So we did 3 damage there. Then we'll heal ourselves. Back to full health. I won't get to retaliate on him, though, with this, because it's just suffer damage. So that's unfortunate. So, let's go ahead and, let's see, we already got all the loot, right? I believe so. So, we'll teleport up here to this shadow before we consume it. And that will put us in risk of taking damage. We will take damage, but it's okay. Now we need to use this shadow to attack for 5. We'll use advantage. Can't be poisoned, so no point using the dagger. We'll mark him. ×2. I think he's dead. Is he dead? He's dead. Nice. And plop the shadow down. Unfortunately, we can't get that loot because we've already used our slippers. I think I do want to conclude the quest because I don't know that I've got enough turns to finish this thing. Because I was playing kind of aggressive with my burns and stuff. So yes, we're going to conclude the quest. And hopefully we can retire her now like the plan was. She took the most damage? Wow. Well, yeah, he was shielding a bunch. Okay, hopefully this works this time. Whew.
You flee the room.
I see. Owen is...
Alright, well, we'll get more stuff this time because we did 3. Yeah, we did 3 of the sections, so we actually get 3 materials this time. What do we even need? This is what we currently have. We currently have not much. She's got a bunch of wood, and then he's got 1 hide. Her wood's about to go away, so I need to make sure I use that for the town before I retire her. Let's go... Yeah, we don't really need wood if she's got 5. What we need is we need a couple metal, and we need a hide. Winter arrives. Oh boy. It's been a summer of adversity, but your decision is made. This outpost at the corner of civilization won't make it through another winter without your assistance. Of course, it's possible they won't make it with you either, but at least you'll find out together. The Quattro mail carrier cinches her bag and plods through the main gate. In her satchel is your final reconnaissance report to the guild at White Oak, detailing the condition of the town, the support it will need to continue, and your decision to stay. With a sober final thump, the gates of Frosthaven seal shut. The populace barely acknowledge it, but for you, it means you've linked your fate with that of this town. Gain of prosperity.
The side gate to town has been left unlatched, and the rigorous procedures around it leave only one conclusion. There's a traitor in your midst.
Ruh-roh.
Captain Olmsted has narrowed it down to 4 guardsmen who were on shift last night. He asks you to interrogate each of them in turn.
Oh, goodness. I remember this one.
The Orchid says,
The Savas and the human are innocent.
the Valrath says,
It wasn't the Savas or the Orchid.
the Savas says,
The Orchid is to blame.
the Human says.
It was either the Savas or the Valrath.
You're pondering who did it when a glowing portal opens, and out steps an Esther in an unusual hat. He smiles, his translucent skin a swirl of star stuff.
Quite the conundrum. I should note that just one of them is lying.
Before you have a chance to inquire further, he's gone. Who unlocked the gate?
It's not really like riddle type things. It's kind of like the 2 doors in the dungeon. One always lies and one always tells the truth or whatever. Okay. Just one of them is lying. I think I remember the answer to this one from playing the board game, but let me go through this again to make sure. One of them is lying. Okay, so the Orchid says the Savas and the Human are innocent. The Valrath says it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. And then the Savas says the Orchid is to blame. The Human says it was either the Savas or the Valrath. Okay, so let's go with the Human is lying, because either the Savas or the Valrath. If he's lying, then that eliminates both of these. It couldn't be either one. Which means it has to be either the Human or the Orchid. Although the Valrath says it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. So if he's being truthful, oh my gosh, I hate these. Maybe he was the liar. The Savas and the Human are innocent. I mean, and the Savas and the Orchid, that would leave the Valrath. But that would mean that the Savas is also lying. So that can't be true. Okay, so what if the Valrath is lying? It wasn't the Savas or the Orchid, which means it was one of these two. The Orchid says Savas and Human are innocent, which eliminates the Savas. And then the Savas says the Orchid is to blame. But then the Human says it was either the Savas or the Valrath. So if the Valrath is lying, it's either the Savas or the Orchid. But that means that everyone else is telling the truth, so the Orchid, the Savas, and the Human are innocent. Okay, I don't think that works either, because that points to... I think there's a contradiction there. Because that would mean it's none of these two. It is one of these two, which means it would have to be the Orchid. But then if the Savas is telling... If the Human is telling the truth, then it was one of these two, and it couldn't be the Orchid. So what if the Orchid is lying? The Savas and the Human are innocent. That means the Savas or the Human did it. And then it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. So now so now the Orchid would be the one that's at risk here, because it wasn't the Savas. Savas is... The Savas or the Human did it if the Orchid is lying. Which means that this has to be true. So it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. Which would make it the Human if he was lying. But if this is true, then the Orchid is to blame. Okay, what if who have I not done yet? The Savas. If the Savas is lying, then it's not the Orchid. Which means the Savas and the human are innocent, which leaves the Valrath, and the Valrath says it wasn't the Savas or the Orchid. That would still be true. And the human says it was either the Savas or the Valrath. So I think it's the Valrath.
He hangs his head.
I can't live another day in this place. I've got some Algots
Got
to
him.
agree that
Woo.
if I let them in,
All
they'll
right.
destroy the town.
It's lunch. It's a logic puzzle.
I could return home to White Oak.
It's like if true, then false, or false, then
Learn
true.
afterwards that he paid
Bleh.
Savas a month's wages to cover for him. The Valrath will get his wish. Both he and the Savas are sent back to White Oak for punishment as soon as the pass opens back up. Curious that the helpful Esther showed up at just the right time. You wonder if you'll see him again.
Cool. So we get two morale, good, and then each hero gains 10 XP. Oh, look at that! It changed to wintertime. That's cool. You can actually see that it's wintertime. What's the world map look like now? It looks pretty much the same. Takes a minute for it to... There we go. It looks the same. It was already wintry, but... What's that place? Is that Gloomhaven? It might be, actually. I'm not sure. Okay. Alright. Back to the main event. You, ma'am. You have 100 gold in your possession. Okay. You need 120 to retire. So you're going to sell some tranquil shoes. Let's go to the merchant to do that. Merchant. Yep, get 20 gold for selling those. Okay. All right, how do I retire? There it is. We can do it. Woo! All right. Took longer than I thought, but we did it. We got her to retire. But before we do that, we need to get rid of all her resources so they don't go to waste. So let's see. We upgraded our walls again. That's good. We can't do any more until we get to town level 3. Is there any new buildings to build right now? We could get the sled or the boat. We are going to need those. But we could also upgrade. What can we upgrade? The craftsman. We could upgrade the craftsman and get more items. Plus we get a prosperity. Or the alchemist so that we can... Oh yeah, we can decompose potions. And we can actually get resources back from doing that too. Let's donate to that. So she gives her 2 wood to that, and let's give 2 wood to the sled. So there, that's the rest of her wood. All her resources are gone now. Except for she does have her herb should go back just like into the party contain, but we can actually make a potion here too, so we're gonna do that. Okay, now which one of these do I want? Because I only have 2 metal and both of them took 2 metal. Would I rather have the sled right now, or would I rather get the alchemist upgraded? I don't know, let's use the alchemist first. Because we have this new potion we can make. Let's research that. We're going to give it to him because she'll be gone. Honestly, oh, it's cure potion. Cure potion, nice. Honestly, I probably should have waited to do this because I could have made it for the new character. But either way, he's got it now. Well, he needed 2 potions anyway because he didn't have 2. So, and that's actually really good for him because it can fix stun. Okay, do we have anything else? I don't think so. No, but we do have enough to make another cure potion, so if the other character needs one, we could make one for him. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and let's do the Alchemist. Let's do 2 metal to the Alchemist, the hide. There, we'll get that upgrading, and then for the sled, I have to do it through here. Let's go ahead and donate our other hide. So all we need is the metal, which actually, she has exactly 120. We can make this, no, she can only, that's right, we can only buy 1 metal because it's level 1. Doesn't matter who buys it, but it can only be 1. So I'll have him buy a metal. And we'll go ahead and give that to the sled. And then we only need 1 more metal now to make that work. Okay, that's enough suspense, right? Let's get to the retirement. Retire! The hero is ready to retire, having achieved what they set out to do. They are no longer motivated to explore the monster-filled wilderness. Yeah, tell me about it. Announce retirement. Okay, and we do have inspiration, so you may spend 15 inspiration to complete 1 additional personal quest immediately. The step is optional and can be skipped. We're going to do this because this is how you unlock the town faster and upgrade it faster when you're playing with less characters. The only other use for inspiration is, I think you can use it in place of resources. Somehow, you're supposed to be able to do that, but I haven't been able to see how to do it in the digital yet. But we're going to go ahead and use the 15 since we have a ton. And let's see. We can complete the study of plants, which is collect 5 herbs. Which one of these is harder to do? Complete 5 different quests that require boat, climbing gear, or sled. I feel like neither of these are actually too bad. But let's complete the study of plants. As well as her Greed is Good quest. The hero has announced their retirement. Retirement complete. Cool, so that gives us prosperity. I think it's 2 actually when they retire. So we're almost to level 3 of the town. And we should have unlocked new stuff. I'm surprised it didn't, like, tell me what got unlocked or anything. Yeah, see? Yeah. It didn't... I don't like that. I think it should tell me what I unlocked. But anyway, it should make a big deal out of it. So we got the trading post and the garden now that we can build. And the garden is... we can plant herbs and harvest our own herbs. So we don't have to... You know, again, it's just like the other resource creating, like the woodcutters and the hunter and the mining camp. This allows us to get herbs that we have. We can plant them, and then we can keep harvesting that herb every so often in the town. It's like every other week you can harvest an herb or something like that. And then the trading post, of course, allows us to buy 1 more item, and then also unlocks new items for the actual merchant. So we can actually spend gold to buy stuff there. So that's cool. We got those 2 buildings unlocked. And we're upgrading the alchemist right now. So that's it. It's time to go find our new friend. Who is going to be our new friend? I already have an idea who our new friend is. If you saw the thumbnail, you know who it is. It's the Blinkblade. So I'm going with Blinkblade because he was the other one I was considering starting with when I started this playthrough. And I decided to go with Deathwalker just so I could have like a ranged character. Because now I'm going to have 2 melee characters. And he's an 8 health character, so he's not a tank. He's a DPS melee character. It's kind of meant to like kind of jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out kind of deal. But I mean, his melee attack and damage and stuff is really high. His mobility is stupid awesome. And then he's not so good on defense, control, support. So he's got some weak spots for sure. And with these 2 characters, our weakest point is actually going to be control. Because Drifter has pretty good in everything else. So we'll see how it goes. Drifter is going to be retiring soon too, though. So when he does, then we'll end up going with our unlocked character probably, which would be the Frozen Fist, because he's a tank character. But yeah, so let's take a look at his mechanics. So for him, it's at the start of each round before you card selection, even when long resting, you must declare whether you're fast or slow for the round. And this changes your initiative and things. So fast abilities have limited uses which can be regained either by going slow or through abilities. You start each quest with one use of fast. Each time you decide to be slow for the round, you will accumulate another use of fast for a total of 2. Through the use of various abilities, the total number can be increased up to 5. All the effects and abilities written in the fast and slow sections of your cards are mandatory. Your initiative for the round is also dependent on whether you are fast or slow. So it's an interesting, you get 5 charges of fast, and that's how you use fast abilities, but then to get them back, you have to use slow. It's an interesting, like, management mechanic kind of in the background. You're trying to manage your fast charges, because fast can do some really awesome things with it, and slow is meh, but some of it's good. It just kind of depends. Also, very complex character, so it takes a little longer to learn and play this character for sure. But that's it. Blinkblade, he's going to be our new buddy. Hello, Blinkblade. You know what? Your name shall be Blinky with an H, because I have a fat finger. Your name is Blinky with an H. Okay, team build. Let's see. Personal quest. Team building. During 8 different outpost phases, encounter a person's name, or gain 150 experience from ability cards. I like that one, because I can control that one, and I'm pretty sure he gets a lot of experience from using his fast abilities, so this shouldn't be too bad. Plus, that's up to like level 3 or 4 or 5 by the time that's done. Alright, let's go. Starting equipment for him. Let's think about this. Probably a poison dagger and maybe the shield, honestly. Although, I don't know if he has any jump on his cards. I don't remember. So the winged shoes could really come in handy. And then, of course, leather armor. Since he's going to be in melee range, he's going to take hits. And he has his own way to poison people. I think I want to go winged shoes. Or even the boots of speed, because that can help kind of mitigate our going slow sometimes. But I think I want to go leather armor and winged shoes. And I don't remember if he has jump or not. If he does, then this is kind of still useful, but not as good. I would take something else. Let's go for it. Okay, any unspent? Right, but I should have spent... Oh, no, wait, cancel. I forgot, we're level higher prosperity, so he can actually use 10 more gold. So wait a minute, that changes things. That changes things. Well, it still has them... Okay. Is there anything that's 10 gold? I don't think so. So the only difference is I could get something that was... I could get 2 things that were 20. That's the only difference. So that'd be the weighted net, and then nothing else is 20. Or I could have went Circlet of Elements, and then something that's 15. So I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference. 40 is an odd number right now for what the prices of things are. So I guess this is fine then. Create. Yeah. Create. Alright, Blinky's in the party. Yay. Let's go look at his cards. Actually, down here. Okay, so... let's look at our X cards now. We still have to start at level 1. Your level in Frosthaven, starting level for new characters, is based off prosperity, just like it was in Gloomhaven, except it's based off half of your prosperity rounded up. So instead of being prosperity 3, you get to start a level 3 character. It doesn't work that way. It's half rounded up. So right now, half is still only 1. Once we get another level to the town, then we would get to start at level 2 when we're starting a new character. So the best you can do is start at level 5 if your prosperity is maxed out. Which is good, because I think in Gloomhaven, it made just everything way too easy when you were towards the end of the game, when everybody was starting at level 8, level 9. It made things too easy. Okay. Now, these cards are so complex and complicated. I might have to look at this off camera to go through them and figure out what I want to start with, and we can discuss it the next time. Because there is a lot going on, as you can see, with the Blinkblade. You know, so like, here's just in this first card an example. If we go fast, fast is the left side of the card, slow is the right side. If we go fast, this is a 20 initiative. If we go slow, it's a 50 initiative. If we're going fast, it's attack 4 and wound with an experience point. Which, that's really good. If we go slow, it's an attack 2 and muddle. Decent, but not as good. And then the bottom's a move 5, or with slow, it's move 2, but an adjacent enemy suffers 1 damage. So there is still a reason sometimes to go slow. Slow isn't just automatically bad, it's just different. The next one, like over here, cascading reaction, right? These are both burns, but if you're fast, it's attack 3 wound, move 3, attack 3 wound, with experience points in there. If you do this while you're slow, you only get to attack for 3, move 2, attack for 3. So I don't know why, this you wouldn't want to use this going slow. To me, that wouldn't make sense if you can get these extra movement and extra wounds out of it. And then the bottom, it's move 4 if you're fast, plus all allies gain 1 movement to their abilities that move from an adjacent to you hex to a non-adjacent. Or it's just a move 3 if it's slow. So yeah, these are all really cool. There's also one here somewhere. And there's some persistent abilities, too, that can make things a little bit different, like this one. While you're fast on your next 5 actions, contain attacks, perform move 3 at the end of the whole action. So every time you attack, you get to move 3. There is one that I wanted to show you guys, though, if I can find it. If it's here. I don't know if it's a leveled card or if it's a level 1 card. It might be a leveled card, because I'm not seeing it. There's a card that allows you to steal movement from your allies, and it makes you move a ridiculously huge amount. I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. It's right here. It's on borrowed time on the bottom. -1 move to all of your allies. So all of your allies lose 1 move from their abilities. So, if you're playing with friends, you might want to ask if it's okay you do this before you start the round, because it can mess up everybody's plan if they can't move and get to the enemy. But you steal a move from everyone else, and then you move X, where X is twice the number of your allies. So basically, you steal 1 move from every ally, and if you're playing with a full team, then this becomes a move 6. And I feel like, let's see, move X, where X is twice the number of your allies. Yeah. Now, if you have, I think this counts against summons too. So if you have like someone with a Bone Shaper out there that's got a lot of summons out, then this could potentially be like 14 move. Because if there's like 4 summons out there and then 3 allies, 14 move you could get out of this thing. That is ridiculous. This is the kind of move you use when you got those scenarios where I got to run all the way to the end of the map, grab something, and then come all the way back. You use this, and it doesn't burn either. It comes back. So then you just do like a stamina potion, get it right back, and then you just jump all the way back to the beginning again. Of course, you would have to have jump boots, and you don't get those back till a rest. So you might have to. It might take a couple turns, but you could get back. So that one's really cool. But yeah, this is going to be interesting trying to play the Blink Blade for sure. This is going to be some complexity here going on. And then we got to figure out what X cards we might want to add in instead of using, just the level 1 cards. So Borrowed Time, Experimental, and Sand in the Hourglass are the X cards. So yeah, I'll look at that off camera and we'll figure out what cards we're going to use. But I think that's going to have to be it for today. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play a scenario with our new guy because it took longer to retire our Deathwalker than I thought. But, we advanced a couple weeks, so we should be getting closer to retiring Drifter here, and which will actually help us because it'll bring the scenario level down. Because right now with a level 4 and a level 1 character, I'm pretty sure we're still fighting level 2 scenarios. So it's going to be a little tough for Blink Blade in the beginning. We got our Alchemist upgrading, and we're in winter. So there it is. There it is. We got our retirement done. The Blink Blade has joined the party, and he will be adventuring out into these snowy wastes next time, tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, for stopping by, for watching. Greg, thanks for the conversation. And remember to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really does help me out. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, and keep on gaming. Hey, look, I got it that time.